She doesn't know her name. And you guys see all the leaves that came down today, man. This whole tree, one day. One day of rain and wind. And it's done. But this guy's house, man, over there. It's insane. Right there. Right there. Right where that white car is there, man. It's insane. And look at this. But look. I'm telling you. 24 hours ago, these trees were even more loaded than they are now. We only had one frost. One night. I think it got like 31 or something like that. She doesn't know her name. You couldn't find the Stubby today, William? All you gotta do is look down. You'll see a little Stubby. Oh, Cruz, eating it up, man. Why do you think I've been in such a good mood, Marco? Marco, I bought that at $4.40. What'd I tell you? Marco, you stick with me, I'll take you to the top, buddy. Ah, we love you, William. Nathaniel, Kona Days, where you been, buddy? Oh, yeah, I got 30,000. 30,000 fit, Marco. 30,000 shares. I should have got 5. Yeah, you doing there, anybody? It's going right. Big A knows. Did you tell Big A about the sure shot? And I'll tell you what, it's going to 10. And they're gonna get bought by Google at around 15. But anyway, I want to, you know, we've been talking about the Stubby, and I want to tell you another great thing about her. And they do make a boot for this. I mean, it's insane. And they also make a boot for this bad boy. You know, it's going to get beat up a little bit. It's nothing but cosmetic, obviously. Man, this looks really blurry. How's the reception, guys? But anyway, they do make boots. And, you know, for 20 bucks, I mean, you're investing, what, $300, $400, $500 in a tool. I mean, what's... This was it's a little expensive for that. I think it's like, what, 25 bucks for this. A little steep here, man. But the screen looks foggy, right? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, all right, so another cool thing, guys. And again, you guys know my feelings about the Stubby. I think it's... You know, 2000, what was it, 2016 it won it? 2016 was the DeWalt Power Station, the Tool Boss Tool of the Year, 2016. For 2018, I think she's got it. Again, to pack that much power in a tool this size. Absolutely incredible. But you know, it's another cool thing is, as you see here now, usually I use ramps when I change my blades. And since I've been using, like I said, I've been using the Milwaukee. I've been using my Makita. The Makita is really good. Look at this mess. See this? I think my Makita's not in there. I pulled it out. These are the hybrids. You got to get these gloves. Where the hell is it? But anyway, I usually have to put this on ramps. This mower. Some of them I jack up. I was going to jack it up. But I'm like, you know what? Let me pull the deck all the way up. And like I said, I've done it probably like 3 weeks ago. Since I really started using this. Because I could not do this, believe it or not, with my Makita. So what you're about to see here could not be done with the Makita, and I doubt very highly could be done with any tool. Now, maybe the Milwaukee impact driver. I mean, this should be torqued at 70 foot-pounds. Yeah. But and you know what's funny? What's really funny? Well, I'll tell you when I'm done. This is the socket. It's a 1 1/16. My old Bobcat used to use a 1 1/16, and this is like a probably $3,000 more machine than my other one, and smaller. Very odd. But real quick, again, this can only be done, and you can see why. It is so, see that? This is where this size pays off. This isn't even jacked up, guys. I just have the deck all the way up. That's all I got. Obviously, the people in lawn care, they know they got to kind of, you know, they could put it on the ramps, on the ramp of their trailer. They can do it to the side. You know, with my open trailer, I used to just right into the center here, and then I'd have one side. I'd get the blades off, then I'd pull it and I'd put it on that side. With the enclosed, you can't do that, obviously, because I got wires hanging down. But I mean, this is, you know, it's up what, 4 or 5 inches. But you know, that's why, you know, having both of these and a 1/2 inch, you got your high torque here. We're going up to 1400. You guys know, real heavy, real powerful, got a lot of power. You know, you got 3 speeds, you got the auto mode, so you can use this. I forget what the speed settings are. I think one is like 125 foot-pounds. Again, I really don't remember what they are, but you know, obviously you got some speed settings, so you can kind of make this into a mid torque, you know, 450 foot-pounds, 500, whatever the heck they are, you know, speed 150, say. But still, this is something. I mean, this thing is heavy, guys. 3 or 4 times the weight of this right here. So, but the big thing, obviously, is that right there. Now remember, this has a socket on it too, and it's not really even, but you know, without even having the socket on, I mean, this thing, look at it. But yeah, that's what I think. So it's great. You know, we talked about it, and I said, you know, I would just give my opinion, because now this Stubby's out. Home Depot, again, not in every Home Depot, but within the next week, they said around 60% of the Home Depots should have them in. There might be some that don't get them into later, I don't know. But you know, this is nice to have in a nice little, you know, Bosch L box, or you know, maybe your pack out, and then whatever the hell sockets you use. I mean, this is all you need, and you're very diversified. You got a 12 volt and you got an 18 volt, so if tools come out in the 12 volt platform you kind of like, you're good to go. You got some 18, you're good to go, and that's it. Instead of having 2 sets of sockets, and then you got to get an adapter, and you know, if you want to put a 1 1/16, it's hard to find a 3/8 socket that is a 1 1/16, let alone a 1 3/8. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my, you know, again, like I said, I was talking to Nick over at the Home Depot there in, I don't know, Bergen County over there, and you know, I think people just, with all the, I mean, 1,400 foot-pounds right here, and all these new, you know, impact wrenches, lithium ion that are out, and you know, huge numbers, torque numbers, and everything. What's up, CT? Of course you need both, Autobahn Dan. This tells you the specs. 250 foot-pounds. It's simple. Of course you need 2. That's why you have a high torque and you have a low torque. The specs tell you everything. You're not going to take engine blocks off with 250 foot-pounds. So the point of this is so you don't have to use something like this all day. That's real heavy. Now you may want to, it may not bother you, then go for it. But if you want something lighter, you might want to get the mid-torque. You know, there's people that have every one, and that's fine. But, you know, exactly. That's it. You know, the one dude I let use this to do the tire rotation. He couldn't, he's like, oh my God, because this is the tool he has. This is what he torques lug nuts with. That's why I joked that, I forget, somebody commented in the video. I'm like, yeah, great guy. I think he torqued my lug nuts to 400 foot-pounds. Because, you know, and guys, be careful with these guys who rotate your tires, man, because they do not torque your lugs. They put her on 3. They just want to make sure the tire doesn't fall off and they're going to get sued. So they torque the living crap out of your lug nuts. So, but anyway, you know, being able to use this for most of his work, you know, he does a lot of tire rotations. He does oil changes. He does tune-ups. You know, he's, I forget what he doesn't do anything, you know, too technical. But, you know, he wanted to know how much it was. He never heard of it. When did it come out? It's 12 volt. Holy cow. A 12 volt can do that? I'm like, yeah, man, it's crazy. But, yeah. But my whole thing is, you know, like I said, get the 3/8 if that's what you want. It makes sense. But, you know, to carry one less set of sockets, again, if you want to put this in a nice little pack out box, so you got your high torque in one area. And I got some foam. I got Bosch foam. So I know I'm putting that in there. So I got to really start getting this trailer set up a little bit. I actually might do a little bit more today. I don't think so though. I still got a lot of crap to do. But you know, like I said, barely lifted this zero turn. And check out these beautiful. These are made in the United States, by the way, right here. Yep. Yeah, if you got the, hey, you keep buying Fitbit, man, you're gonna be able to do that cruise. Don't give up on her yet. But yeah, these aren't these are made in the United States, by the way. Armstrong. Bobcats are the only mowers that have these. But it's kind of an, I don't know if they're new. I know they're new to zero turns and lawn care equipment, but the really good people. I actually talked to one of the guys. But anyway, so yeah, you know, obviously with a lot of impact wrenches, it wouldn't be this easy to do this. So, yeah. I need hands. Because my thing dropped all the way down here. You gotta be crap. And these, how can that happen? The damn spindle dropped. That's terrible. That is absolutely. I can't believe that would drop. You gotta be kidding me. It really would, man. They're good. Unfortunately, with these spindles, the spindles drop when you take the blades off the bolt. Oh, now we gotta take that guard off. But yeah, man, you know, it's, and check out my man Dan's small engine repair. Excellent. Tell him Supreme sent you. Nothing but a wing nut. Gotta get the wing nut. She doesn't. Hey. Look at this. And guys, this is why I'm a big proponent, and I'm sure none of you guys watch Supreme, but I've been doing it for 3-4 years, and the only reason I left this on is because I don't give a rat's crap about this mower. You know why? Because Bobcat gave it to me to beat up. But this is why I don't like spindle covers or, you know, belt guards. See all this? This builds up, and over time, grass, leaves, debris. What this is going to do, it's going to get really packed in there, real tight. It's going to yearn. But seriously, eventually, it's going to build up and it's going to knock your belt off. All right? So something you don't really want to do. Then you got big issues, especially if you're out in the field, with trying to get your belt back on. I'm sure not many of you have, well, you should have tractors and stuff like that. I should go get my Tepco blower. But yeah, guys, it's, you know, being able, make a five. What's up, Kyle? Hold on, I got my neighbor coming. Yeah, I gotta actually get this out of here. You know, I don't even have a gas mower right now. Tomorrow I gotta drive probably 65 miles to get my, well, actually I do have one. I just hate using it. I have the Toro Time Master. It's a big mower, 30-inch. It's a really great mower, and it's great for mulching. So you guys have seen a couple videos of it. But I gotta get this out of here. I haven't really been using any push mower here in a while, but I got to get this out of here. But I have my nice Toro 21-inch all-wheel drive mower that I love. Super light, super compact, and it really does a good job mulching leaves. But I think tomorrow we're going to do something with this, because I got to finish a video, and I think this will be some fun to see how this does. But yeah, no, it's definitely cool, man. So, I mean, it's good to have both, guys. You know, you got to be smart, though, you know? And that's what makes a great tool. I just don't want, you know, people to, you know, just because of the size of it, and it comes in a 1/4 inch, comes in a 3/8, to discount the power that this has. And, you know, 1.9 pounds, I believe, bare tool. So I don't know, probably 3 pounds with a battery. And again, you don't have to use the 6. You can use any battery you want. But, I mean, look at this. I take the socket off. It's probably smaller than it's probably smaller Yeah, I think so too. Well, you don't want to put a 12. I was going to put a 9 on this. I'll tell you, just about the same size here. So it's great if you're doing something that's in a real tight spot. You know, that's why I kind of did this, to show when you're in a real tight spot, you can still get in there and, you know, exactly. All right, Aaron, I'll catch you, buddy. And check out Mr. Some Basics Instagram. Subscribe to him, follow him, and look at his pictures, because he has some good ones, especially from Halloween. But yeah, so I don't want to, and I said I was going to do this video a while ago. I just think, you know, people overlook the amount of power this has. 250. You know, I have a huge Ryobi impact wrench. It's huge, and I know a lot of people have that Craftsman. Craftsman has an 18-volt impact wrench from probably 2010. Oh, there's 94. Oh, that's 94. But yeah, he probably has it 94. That's why I mentioned. I didn't know if you were on yet, but because I have the Ryobi. What is it? The P260. But it's a huge. It's probably about the size of this, and it has 200 foot-pounds. And I tell you, 200 foot-pounds, and I had it for 5 years before, you know, this tool industry kind of got nuts. You know, like I said, man, we're really in a new era of tools here. You know, I remember when, you know, the brushed, you know, I remember it was a huge deal when lithium ion kind of came out. Remember, like, everyone was using NiCad, but there wasn't, I mean, there was no tools. You had like 6 basic tools. Maybe a couple of them had, you know, 15. Like the Walt had a big line, kind of. But you remember Milwaukee's NiCad line? It was like, what, 12, 13 tools? I mean, now 200. But, you know, my point is, you know, that big Ryobi that I had, you know, again, probably about the size of this. Well, not as heavy, of course, but about as big. Had 200 foot-pounds. And let me tell you, for 5 years, that was my impact wrench. And it did pretty much everything I had to do. Now, if you're, you know, in the automotive industry or, you know, construction, and you need more than that, you're obviously using, you know, pneumatic type stuff. But 200 foot-pounds is a lot of torque. Okay? Now, again, it's not for heavy applications. The specs will tell you everything. You got stuff you're doing, you know, is 500 foot-pounds, and it has to be torqued to a specific foot-pound. Obviously, 375 foot-pounds. Oh, I can't use that. That only goes up to 250. And make sure you get your torque wrench, because, like I said, perfect example. With my lug nuts, the dude had this, and he was showing it. He was so happy. He just got it. He had it like 3 or 4 months, and he's like, yeah, this is what I use. Here, check this out. And all of a sudden, I see him. He has this thing. He had it on speed 3, and he's torquing the shit out of my lug nuts on my truck. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. So, but anyway, so my point being that, you know, you think it's small. You know, this is very delicate, you're thinking. You know, yeah, get a 3/8. You know, a 3/8 is good for something. 250 foot-pounds, man, is crazy. So this can handle, you know, a lot of work. You'd be very surprised at a lot that this can handle. And you know, kind of like I said, just having one set of sockets with bigger sockets, you know, 94 GT can tell you, I'm sure. He still has the Goodyear impact. You know, there's someone sent me a picture of a Ford impact wrench. And he goes, I didn't know Ford makes impact wrenches. I'm like, they don't. Yes, they do. I'm like, Ford Motor Company? They don't make impact wrenches, buddy. He goes, yeah, they do. I'll prove it. And he sent me a picture. I'm like, okay. Told you, Ford impact wrench, man. I'm like, yeah, it says Ford on it, but they don't make it. It's obviously a licensed tool. Ford Motor Company aren't into making impact wrenches. But, right. But 994 can tell you, I'm sure all you guys know. But, you know, trying to find a 1 1/16 3/8 socket, pretty hard to do. You know, a 1, and they even go, I mean, I'm sure you can find one somewhere, but a 1 3/8, God forbid a 1 1/2. You know, you're gonna have a lot of trouble finding them, and you know, And with this, obviously a 1/2 inch anvil is going to give you a little bit more torque than a 3/8. But I got a great video, and I'm going to include it in one of these videos. I might even include it in this one. I don't know, because I want to shoot. But he had the 3/8, and he had this fancy dancy torque wrench, digital torque wrench, and he was, you know, setting it to 250, 255, and the 3/8, man, was kicking major buttocks. So anyway, just figured I'd go live. I got to get this stuff done before it gets too dark. But honestly, I just wanted to bring this out. I don't really need this for anything today. You know, I got to do oil change here, blade change, then I got to do a tire rotation on my car. But this is not needed, man, because we got little guy here, Mr. Stubby. So check your depot, dude. They'll be hitting the store near you soon. But you'll like it, guys. All the reviews on it, you know, I don't think there's been a bad one. It's, you know, there's really nothing to not like. But like I said, like the new, do you see how this is shaped, guys? You can kind of tell at this angle right here. This is kind of how the new brushless impact driver is kind of, you see what I'm saying? It's kind of like squared at the, right, on the ass neck back of the tool, or by the handle. I tell you, really comfortable. I actually think this is more comfortable than the impact driver. It could, you know, like I said, just be my hands, like I said. I don't know.